Hello, Internet, and welcome to my review for Fairy Tail episode 294. We last left our heroes following Urza and Biska's defeat of Agil. A lucky bit of hay fever helps Lucy and Kana arrest Brandish. And then the Thunder God tribe teams up with Ichia to bring down Wall's puppet body, but severely injuring them in the process. As we learned this week, they survived the explosion and are still alive, but they're pretty beat up and they're out of it. Once again, the Thunder God tribe are taken care of pretty early. It's a recurring theme you see. But anyway, speaking of the Thunder God tribe and of Loxus, I just want to take a moment before we really get into the review as a whole, review of the episode at least, to point out how amazing Loxus's character development is. Like, we see here, Mavis is like, no, this is our fight, we can't let the other guilds get involved in this. And Loxus, when we met this man, he did everything himself. I remember when I first watched this show back in 2012, I was like, why the fuck does Loxus even have a team? It just doesn't seem like him. He did everything himself, he said he didn't need anyone, and now look at him. He's the one, Mavis is like, this is our fight, we do this ourselves, and Loxus is like, no. This is all of our fights. We're not gonna be alone in this. This is everyone's fight. We can't do this by ourselves, and the Loxus of episode, remember when Loxus was like, oh no, I'm not gonna help y'all fight Phantom. That's y'all's problem. Imagine that Loxus in this situation. Good God, my son has grown up so much. I love my angry lightning son. There are so many great character developments in Fairy Tail that I'm not willing to say that Loxus is my favorite, but it's up there. Like, maybe Jalal, maybe Gajeel. Loxus is up there, though. Anyway, as Warren is, on his radar thing, he notices all of, 4 other guilds, Sabretooth, Blue Pegasus, Mermaid Heel, and Lamia Scale are all going north or south, to fight the invading, Alvarez forces. And while we get there, we get a headshot of just about every single non-Fairy Tail hero in this story. And, is it a little much? Yes. Do I particularly care? No, I don't. It's great. We see, every single main member of these guilds. Even the members who aren't that main. Yeah. You know what? It works. It fucking works. It's really fucking cool. It does drag a little bit, I will say, and the music should have been a bit more grand and swelling if they were gonna linger on every single face for as long as they did. But, it kind of reminds me, there's a scene, is one of my least favorite scenes in all of decent anime, in, World Trigger episode 10, where the main guy is, use the trigger when he's not supposed to use the trigger because he's only a trainee, and, the Council of Border are like, are you going to use the trigger again? And then it, fades, or would you use the trigger again on that situation? And then it, fades on every single member of the council. Even most of them who we never meet before or after that, and then before he answers yes. It's that level, but I like these guys, so it's better. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Also, there's music, and there was not music in that scene. Anyway, that's my World Trigger rambling. There's a show no one remembers. Anyway, so meanwhile, Mavis is sending off her troops to reinforce the other guilds, but they are slightly upended by Natsu just deciding to jumpstart the final battle. Fuck the 10 surviving members of the 12 we still have to fight. He is going straight for Zeref right away. No waiting, just the final battle, right away. And when everyone is all freaking out about, Natsu going alone, just look at, it's Sharla. It is Sharla in that scene who's like, actually, he's not alone. He's got Happy. Don't count him out. And I'm like, Sharla has belittled my boy Happy from day one. The first time they met, episode 52 or some shit, right? And, like, here she is, you know, Happy is a valuable asset to Natsu. God, okay. Anyway, before we get, I'm gonna spend the rest of the video talking about Natsu versus Zeref. So before then, also to the east, we have the four emperors who are raring to go to fight the impending forces. That's gonna be great. Manga fans, I have read the mangas, but manga fans, do not talk about this, do not spoil this moment for the other people. I want them to experience it all on their own. It is a sight to see. Anyway, moving on to the Natsu-Zeref fights. Or before that, we get to watch Natsu just lay waste to, like, hundreds of, like, nameless mooks. And there's just something about, whenever, like, I said this back in the Avatar arc, there's something about Fairy Tail, when it just, like, blows through, like, the nameless henchmen, that just always gets me excited. You cannot watch those scenes without a shit-eating grin on your face. That's all I gotta say. But still, even with all the ass-kicking Natsu did, Zeref still shows up to remind him that he's barely put a dent in the Alvarez army. He's like, Natsu took out 990 enemies or so, but there are still 999,900 of them. And it's like, okay, alright, that's how we're gonna play it. But anyway, Natsu and Zeref square off to have their, what they both want to be their final battle. We'll see how accurate that is, given how many episodes we have left, and how many members of the 12 are left. But you know, in order for this fight, to be in its full glory, Natsu takes off the bandage. And the anime has not had all the talk around the bandage that the manga did, mainly because the manga readers have all known what the bandage is. And the bandage was only really brought up around a month ago in the anime, so whatever. But the bandage is hiding a new tattoo! And of course, some serious magic power. The Fire Dragon King mode that we learn is the last remnants of Igneel's power still within Natsu. And is just so much stronger than what Natsu can do. Even the remnants of Igneel's power are just so much stronger than Natsu. The Natsu had to train 10 months just to be able to use it. Like, Igneel. If Agnologia had not taken him out, holy shit. Imagine what Igneel would be doing here. Anyway, the fight itself is incredible. It is fast-paced, frenetic, kinetic, all the netic words you can think of, and just epic. We see how powerful Zeref is, permanently scarring Natsu's face in a moment. That scar Natsu gets in this episode, we see it in the ending. And it is everywhere. Natsu never loses that scar. He still fucking has it. And, like, but Natsu is in such a state of, like, power and adrenaline that he does not even notice that he has just been scarred deep. And then we see the full power of the Fire Dragon King mode. It goes toe-to-toe with Zeref's incredible power. It's just a feast for the eyes. If you're watching this video before you've seen the episode itself, do yourself a favor, pause the video, go watch that fight. If you've already seen that fight, pause the video, go watch the fight again. You deserve it. You deserve it. Treat yourself. Treat yourself. But anyway, after they kind of like pause for a little bit, Zeref learns what the Fire Dragon King mode is, and it's like, oh, the power of a dead person could possibly finally send me to death. That's always been a weird thing for me. I don't know his reasoning there. It never really made any sense to me, but you know, whatever, it's fine. Anyway, as the episode ends, Natsu goes in for what's one final hit against Zeref to finally kill him. But Zeref mentions some people. I think the first one, I think, is Acnologia. I'm not sure, though. He's not important, though. The next one is Anna, who y'all don't know yet, but you will, don't worry. And then Layla. Layla, who the earlier part of the episode reminds us, is Lucy's mom. So, yeah. I'm not gonna tell y'all, I know what that's about, because I've read the manga. I'm not gonna tell y'all what that's about. But yeah, Layla and Zeref did know each other. And then, of course, it says Natsu's name as well, but We all know this connection to Natsu by now. But yeah, that's the end of the episode. So this episode is great, okay? The first half may just be like setup for things to come, but what setup it is. We've got Sabretooth and Blue Pegasus in the north, Mermaid Heel and Lamia Scale in the south, the 4 Emperors of Ishgar in the east. It is hype as hell. And to the west blows it all out of proportion as Natsu stands alone against Zeref. And that fight is incredible. With, of course, some last... And, like, despite all of its hype as the final fight of finality, to quote Bobobo, you know, some last-minute revelations from Zeref, and the fact that there are still 30-ish episodes left, and 10 members of the 12, may make it obvious that the story does not end here. It's still an epic preview of what the final battle is going to look like. It's a feast for the eyes. All I can say on that. So next time, Natsu's battle continues, and the rest of the fighters make their move. So I'm going to leave this video off here. Hope you all enjoyed the episode and the video. If you did, feel free to drop me a like or subscribe or do whatever the fuck you want. I don't really care. And as always, people, keep kicking ass, and I'll see you in the future. Bye!